Music Power.
I still couldn't get into mainstream, thank you very much, commercial radio, so I went to Toronto, the big TO, and already had been offered a job by one of the stations there. And on my way there, I thought it was going to be great because it was like a rock format, right up my street. And by the time I'd left London and got to Toronto, they'd changed to an all disco format, which was quite nice because I brought a lot of that back with me because I was there for a year and then asked to leave by two of Toronto's finest to serve and protect because I didn't have a work permit. So I got back to London quite depressed, and Alan Mann, who I worked with at UPN, phoned and said there's some crazy people who tried to buy Capital Radio in London. But obviously they were told no, walk away in jerky movements, So they decided they'd set up their own Capital Radio in Transguy. And the one person who did come out from Capital London was Michael Bucht, who invented Capital Radio. Brilliant guy. And I was offered, Alan had been to Port St John's and came back with a shitload of photos, and he was showing me these. And so I said to Alan, this is nice. And he said, well, look, they're copying Capital. They're looking for a drive time jock. You sound like Roger Scott. Yes. So, do you want the job? I said, yeah, for sure. So I got the job. And then Michael Bucht said, no, you got to audition. So I auditioned for the job, got the job, came out to see my Uncle John for a fishing trip. That's what we were told, because none of us had work permits, and that's how it was. I didn't know any of the other guys who came out. So we played Spot the DJ on the plane. It was, and then we got to Port St John's, and it was quite fun. We got there in September. I remember quite well, it was September the 26th. We arrived in Port St John's. And we were only going on air, as you know, December 26th. So we had a couple of months to spare. And it was quite nice being on the beach, but when you've spent a week on the beach, it gets boring. So I tottered up the hill to the radio station, which was still being built. They were putting in studios, and Studio One was being built. And I said to one of the technicians, God, I can't remember his name. Isn't that dreadful?
Long time ago.
Nick Tucker. I remembered him by his nickname, which was Tuckerless Nicker. Nick Tucker. And he was doing bits to the desk and all this. And I said, Nick, do you want any help? Can I help with anything? Now, he was expecting some other technicians to come out from the UK, and he thought I was one of them. And he said, yeah, can you start earthing this underneath? So I went, yeah, for sure. So it's soldering the air, and earth this, and everything was ready. And I said, Nick, why don't we try, see what it sounds like? So he said, yeah, okay. I said, okay, I'll try. So on went the headphones, microphone, link, and he went, Jesus, you ever thought about being a DJ? And that's when I told him I was going to do the drive show. That was quite fun. Yeah, that was quite fun. But he got his own back, did our Nick Tucker, very cleverly. I was on air one day, and the mic kept, was not good. So we got hold of Nick, and we said, Nick, can you change the mic? Because this one's, going a bit funny. So he said, yeah, for sure, let me take it. Never came back. Took him half an hour. And he put it there. I said, why so long? He said, just get my own back.